Hot Mike.
Hello, Dark Mountain. What will be as his incredibly I didn't.
That seems like an oversight.
Top of the connection that allows
All right. Harold's last move was Psychic. So that again. And remember, we were out of bounce. So I guess for want of a better move, pop in with the sword or flamethrower. Flamethrower it is.
and
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage.
okay. Flamethrower.
I don't know. 1 second.
I was like, because look at I was like, damage like 70.
He's getting a plus 125 from somewhere.
That's why I was like, wait.
I don't know where that's coming from. That's supposed to be just plus 25. I'd say because it's adding, it's supposed to add half his attack stat, so that it's the 125 is supposed to be just a 25.
I did it wrong.
It says 3d10 plus 10 plus 125 plus 20. That 125 is supposed to be a 25 because he has the mixed power thing that allows him to add half his attack stat.
Nope.
One second. I can, since they give the numbers, I can do the correct math over here.
That would be my around the. Yeah, put it.
Because subtracting 100 still doesn't divide the 25 by 2. That's it. So it should be 66, 67. Based on that die roll. Just curiosity, is that going to do it to all his moves? No, just the flamethrower.
Okay. Apparently they.
Wonder it's because he has last. It's a glitch being caused by last chance. Let me turn off last chance and see if that fixes it. Okay, yeah, it's last chance. Need to look up again anyway, because I can't remember if that's one of the ones the playtest replaced or not. $67.
7. Okay. Cool. My hit body. Oh wait, I forgot. He.
Oh, I know what it's doing. It's supposed to be a +5 to damage. It's turning it into a ×5 damage.
Ah. Targeting. Dragon Pulse. Apparently not.
Nice try, though. Move up to his allies. And use Iron Defense to raise their combat stages by 2.
Rallies the fellows.
Fucking bubbles! Do nothing.
As before everyone. Right here. So he will open his mouth. It says he will open his mouth as the bellowing roar of thunder escapes his mouth, crashing down on the Pokemon, or at least where they are.
Well, that in theory hits everyone.
It's 60 damage. Everyone is knocked back on the hex.
Fetched is not looking happy. All right, well.
Right.
Harold is going to put down a light screen.
Okay.
Things are getting a little hairy. Which I believe makes it Rayquaza's turn again.
Oh no.
He already went, so he doesn't get to go again.
Yeah, I'm about to say he has an ability that just allows him to go first. No matter what anyone's initiative is, he basically just goes first, ignores any status conditions he has, and just does something. So basically, dick move.
Okay. Use run up. It's 3 crit range on Lance because of Lancer. We're going to use Air Slash, which will now crit on a 15 or higher.
Jesus fuck.
Unfortunately, I did not roll that.
All right. Once again, trying to hacking and slashing at Rayquaza, trying to find a weaker, weak spot to hit at. Blade, the blade finds armor. The blade finds an armored hide. Wordle.
Move up. Try it again. Fucking bubbles. God damn it, Squirtle. You have been sucking this entire time.
I'll say, as you see, Sirfetch hacking away. Hacking away at the armored hide of Rayquaza, and Squirtle shooting. Blasting bubbles at blasting bubbles, doing a fairly good job of keeping Rayquaza distracted in this amazing technique of two Pokemon providing distraction while Harold does all the damage. We'll play it up that way. Harold.
Oh, Rayquaza, didn't Kanye me this time?
He can only do it once.
Okay.
Actually, can he? Yeah, once.
Okay. 4 Psychic.
All right.
And that's a 17, so his special defense goes down by 1.
Hey. Cool. That does hit. 75 damage. So where do you want him to be pushed?
1 map down.
There we go.
And lower his special defense by 1 combat stage.
Yep. All right. All right. All right. Not appreciating that. That seems kind of unnecessary. I'm not going to be that guy. I was like, should I raise his attack? I'm like, no, that'd be a massively.
My immediate thought was seize initiative.
And he can only do that once. I was like, oh, hey, Dragon Dance. And I was like, raise the user's attack and speed. And I looked at Rayquaza's attack and I'm like, no, I'm not raising that anymore. I'm not trying to one hit kill my fucking players. I'll say shit. If I actually did use Dragon Dance, then his damage would actually start looking like Harold's flamethrower.
Harold's flamethrower doesn't look like Harold's flamethrower.
I'll say like his base attack would be 112 before anything else. For as strong as this Pokemon is, his moveset's kind of ass.
I've noticed that with a lot of the legendaries. Like, they have ridiculous stats, but terrible move selection.
Okay. I am... Okay, I can do one of two things. You know what? This is probably the only time I'm actually going to be able to use it. Rayquaza is going to... Rayquaza is going to spiral Amase is going to spiral before shooting up into the sky and disappearing in the clouds.
They just use fly.
Yes.
Quick, everybody use dig.
You said what?
Everybody use dig.
Oh, okay. Rayquaza is off the map for the time being.
All right. That being the case,
Iron defense again.
damn straight.
It's good because I believe fly is a physical base. Yep. Okay. Portal.
Well, since we can't hit him because he's, up there, and up there has to look after itself. Well, remember, we're a turtle.
There we go. Max out that defense. Right. Harold.
Shit, Harold has no moves that work here. I guess we will load a flamethrower, hold a flamethrower until he comes back down?
Okay. Oh, as he is going to target... I'll say if you could assign high, medium, and low each of your Pokemon. All right. Let's say, okay, as Rayquaza comes barreling down in a death spiral towards Harold. As what makes sense, as Harold seems to be the damage dealer of the team. Okay.
Epic faceplant.
I'll say Harold dodges out of the way as Rayquaza slams down through, slams down into the ground, causing an eruption of lava to go everywhere.
Held action.
As one of the pillars of magma that comes up, makes the flamethrower more difficult to get purchase. As Rayquaza's fly turned out to be not only an attack, but also defense by kicking up enough debris to keep the flamethrower from being able to catch. This is looking more epic. This is sounding more epic than it actually is looking, whereas all the Pokemon are just missing each other.
Tail upward.
All right, here we go.
Poke Lancer once again. His crit range by 3.
There we go.
Sadly, not just missed the crit by 1, so we don't get the flinch or anything, but a little bit of damage at least.
Still a hit.
Yep.
We are happy.
And as I recall, flying is not resistant to flying, so...
Nope. Gotta make sure that dragon isn't, though. Which I don't believe it is. It's flying. Flying. I know dragon gets a whole bunch of bullshit. Nope. Alright. Cool. Alright, you are good to go. And that hits. See his special defense now. It was lowered. Okay, cool. That does a decent dent as Air Slash finally is able to gain purchase. And I'm not saying strike. I'm not saying find a weakness to cause a significant dent and bruise. Let's see if Squirtle can follow that up. Maybe fucking Bubbles. Don't know.
That's the goal. I'm trying to get the combat stage debuff. So at this point, I'll take landing a hit.
The bubbles bounce off. I'll say the bubbles will bounce off of I'll say bounce off of the hide of this Pokemon. Harold.
Well, we missed with flamethrower, so back to psychic.
Seems to be the go-to.
Yep, lowers his special defense another combat stage.
Okay, that's starting to stack. Keep that up, he's gonna start feeling it. Okay, where do you want to push him?
One to the left.
Okay. Alright, Rayquaza. Okay.
At one point, that's going to work, and it's going to be clutch.
Apparently he just hates fucking Harold.
Well, you know, the ancient rivalry of dragon versus bunny.
As Harold, as Rayquaza opened its mouth, as the two fins on the side of its head, along with the tendrils on top of its head, all seem to converge in front of its face. As this orange sphere begins to glow in front of it, as he fires off a hyper beam. What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Upside, you only take 82 of the half. You take half of 82, 41. Then whatever you.
Oh, E.
Right. All right. He will use his.
Sorry. But he was done.
He will go ahead and use his swift action because he can. To flex his mighty sky aura. On the tiny Pokemon. and pressurize all of you. All of you are considered suppressed for 1 full round.
This guy Aura. I suppose then he's Aura farming?
Yes, I'll say Sky Daddy is ore farming, yes. No, stop it. There you go. All right, and there we go. It is now for Surfetch. I'll say so. All moves go down 1.
All right, so we're gonna try, because he moves, so enhance crit range, Night Slash.
Yeah.
So he crits on a 13 or higher. Which is why he rolled an unnecessary 19, but...
Okay.
Did some nice damage there.
There's some nice damage. All right, that hits. Surfetch finally starting to find some purchase with these attacks, hacking and slashing into him. Let's see, is his physical? So okay, cool. All right, Squirtle.
Maybe I should try a different move. I always recall Hydro Pump wasn't doing much better, so...
Yeah, Hydro Pump kind of missed a lot, too.
Bards suck! No.
Okay. The bubbles once again hopefully provide enough of a distraction for Harold to be able to do what he needs to do.
Harold, bob and weave through the bubbles!
Hey, this tactic is amazing.
Here, stay adjacent to your buddies so you can give them a buff if they need it. Let's see, we did Psychic last time, I believe, so Flamethrower!
I'll say, it is dropped down scene for this time.
Yep.
Alright. Flamethrower will hit. Does not seem to be doing as much damage as the other attacks, as the flames seem to burn, but seem to kind of wash off.
Yeah, it's funny how dragons are resistant to fire that way.
It's the only thing he can do. And his target is going to be, I swear to God, if it's fucking Heralds again. Okay. That.
I believe that's Surfetched.
Surfetch. Okay. Of course. Tack literally the person who's damn near on death's door. Okay. Okay. Is going to spiral its body around before rocketing towards Surfetch. See if he can act. I'll say he was actually doing shit last turn. I'll say last session. Now he's just like, nah, fuck it. I had 4 weeks to cool off. Now I suck. Pretty sure that misses.
I'm pretty sure as well, but I will double check.
Blitz is passed. I believe Surfetch.
Yep, that's a miss.
Yep. As Surfetch will dodge out of the way. Rayquaza seems to be getting fairly irritated. Or fetch.
Enhanced crit. Let's see, we're still suppressed, so I can't do Night Slash again just yet. So, back to Air Slash. I don't know, does 11 hit?
See, the 11, that's, hold on, let me check. Let's see. I know it's close. Let's see, speed is 4, special. Exactly. All right, so you hit on the dot. So Air Slash will connect. All right. Squirtle. What can you do?
Well, apparently not much, but we'll try something different just to see if we can break the meta. Oh, that you...
Shit.
I mean, I'll take it. It's just apparently Squirtle's only good for debuffs.
Nothing wrong with that. It's funny as fuck, but okay, let me lower his defense. Oh my god. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Harold.
I believe the suppression is gone now.
Yeah, suppression is gone now. Okay.
That's another -1 to special defense.
All right. Which direction do you want to move him in?
Map left.
Right.
Do you have any special defense left at this point? I feel like I've hit.
Yes.
Have I hit the maximum 6 yet?
He started with +6.
Okay, so I definitely have. I might have eliminated his bonus, but I have not, actually lowered it yet. Okay.
I'll say, yeah, he's been. I'll say some of his stats were bolstered before the match. His special attack, speed, and special defense were all bolstered before the match started.
So,
and you might not be able to tell, but his accuracy was bolstered too, but that's not really helping that much.
So I've probably whittled away that bolstering on his special defense now. I don't know if I've actually gotten the negatives yet.
You have, his speed is negative. Speed is currently negative. Special defense is at 0. Regular defense is also negative. His attack and special attack are still elevated, but it doesn't really matter if you can't fucking hit shit. Okay. We are going to keep this up. Oh, well, that's Squirtle. Okay.
I guess that tail whip really pissed him off.
Ron Dargan! Oh, that hits.
Yeah, right?
Fucking hell.
Okay, Herald will use Friend Guard. Resist the damage 1 step. The I got the calculator, it's not a number. 34 got through, gets halved to 17.
Okay. Alright. They're fetched.
Cute. Cute. Yeah, slash.
Is able to whip his tail in the way, causing Surfetch to have to divert his attack.
Quick!
Whoa.
The only move that actually works!
I believe it's evasive base, evasion base,
Yep, it'd be just his speed evasion.
which I believe hits. Yes. And lower it again.
Huzzah! We have a strategy that works!
If you can just hit him with some physical attacks.
Well, that's Surfetch's department, unfortunately.
Herald.
Herald exhausted all his physicals. Just has his godly flamethrower!
Does hit. The flames continue to aggravate and annoy the sky deity. Right. Then have. Alright. You are nickel and diming this guy away. And annoyed at the little bunny. Will turn around. And none too thrilled, going to attempt to extreme speed the crap out of Herald. Oh my god, he hits. Okay.
Okay. So, 101. Minus 37. Oop. About that. Divided by 2. I take 32. And he loses 64.
Okay, and there's no defense against that, I believe.
Nope, that just happens.
Okay. Cool. All right. See. All right.
Now it is fighting type, so I don't know if that's affected.
Oh, it's fighting. Actually, that gets halved, I believe, because flying type.
Okay, so we both take 32 then. Because it would have been 64, but he halved it.
It's like I pass it on and double it, but then it gets halved. Fuck. Like fucking dragons. Why couldn't you be a land dragon? Or a rock dragon? Or a normal dragon?
I mean, 32 is still pretty good.
Alright. As you both ricochet off of each other.
use the After Effects UZ effects.
I forgot he used. Okay.
Okay. Arnon is going to finish maxing out Harold's defense with Iron Defense.
Okay.
Since Squirtle's is already maxed, but after that hit, we need the extra buff. Squirtle's going to keep going with what's been working.
Tail whips.
Tail whips. Gonna whip his tail back and forth.
All right. Defense is getting shit mixed. Okay. Harold. Psychic will connect.
Did not lower his defense that time, unfortunately.
But it will push him in a direction.
Screen left.
Okay. Keeps getting pelted by these attacks. Shoved around. Rayquaza is not looking happy. Then again, with a face like that, he has not been happy. Apparently, paralysis is just an annoying thing I have to roll.
Almost got him that time.
And is that Squirtle again?
No, that low is Surfetched.
Surfetched. Okay, we don't like this guy apparently. As he targets Surfetched. And I can do one of two things right now. Technically three if I count struggle. Bucket Dragon Pulse. Of course. Surfetch is able to get his, what appears to be marijuana shield in a way.
Well, you know, if your opponent's really stoned, then they can't hit you. That
Surfetched.
movement, so enhanced crit range. Night Slash will crit on a 13 or higher.
Okay.
Even with his debuffs, I don't think that hits.
No, it doesn't. Spins around, and once again, Rayquaza is able to maneuver its body in a way so that the armor tanks the hit. Squirtle, I'm assuming, is going to keep. Yep. Okay. Harold.
The fire!
All right.
Yeah, missed the burn by one.
All right. I'll say once again, he will be hit. They will be hit as the flames continue to aggravate the Rayquaza. We will see if this actually connects.
mean, there's a 6 in there.
Surfetch. Fuck him, I guess.
He is the traitor. I mean,
as it attempts to blitz Surfetch with extreme speed. Jesus fuck. Oof. I like how he goes from like barely hitting anything to fucking crit.
okay, so with Harold's buff, 51 gets through, which is obviously enough to drop him.
I'm assuming there's a butt.
Of course there's a but.
Ah, yes.
Can't forget friendship.
That's right. Everyone takes the damage.
Everyone takes the damage. Well, Rayquaza was not here for Jay to channel him, so it's just my guys who take the damage. And I don't think anybody's resistant to normal. Maybe Surfetch because he's fighting. I don't think so.
I'll say extreme speed is normal. I don't believe. Let me check types.
Yeah, rock and steel. So no.
Yeah, that's the benefit of normal, is that pretty much just like fucks with everything.
However, he does resist the sting one step more due to Harold's friend guard. So that would apply. 102. 20. Wow.
What happened? Yeah. Is that with the intuition rank subtract?
That's with the damage reduction.
Okay. We're getting there.
There's only one person. Well, no, I take it back. Because technically Squirtle would as well, so that would modify the math. That can't be right. No, yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah. No, we were right the first time. Okay.
Okay.
Ow.
All right. All right. Everyone seems like they are getting. They're nearing the end of this. Surfetch.
Well, let's enhance your crit range with the movement. Yeah, used Night Slash last time. So, at least I think it did. Yep, okay, so enhanced crit range, 15 or higher, Air Slash.
Okay. Okay. Not what I was expecting, but okay. Once again,
What I was
running...
expecting, let's be honest.
I'll say, once again crashes into the hide of Rayquaza. Squirtle.
My
Tailwiper is
man!
actually going to try to heal him. Okay.
Might as well keep it up till we max it out.
Alright. Yeah, one more time until you max it out. Yay. That's a Herald. Alright. Okay.
That's another special defense down.
Okay. And where do you want to move him to?
One down.
Oh. Alright. Rayquaza, let's see if this paralysis is actually going to be what ends up fucking him over. Finally!
Oh.
That is perfect, because he's about to hyper beam the fuck out of you.
Okay.
Don't miss.
Don't miss, you say? Take the movement for the enhanced crit range. We crit on a 15 or higher. Hey, it's a crit! Oh, no, that's a natural 14, not a crit. Never mind.
Alright. Which case?
Still nice.
Oof, there we go. They're fetched. How do you want to do this?
Okay, as Herald uses Psychic to shove him away, and Squirtle throws him off balance with its tail whip, Sirfetch'd launches himself into the air, comes down with a shield, smashing it into Rayquaza's head and shoving him down into the lava.
Okay. I'll say,
Getting that nice burnt pot smell.
As Rayquaza is shoved down into the lava, you did exactly 3 points more than necessary, even though that's a fighting type against a flying type, even halved. Halved, it still did just enough to push him into the dirt. He sinks beneath the lava with a screech and disappears. The Pokemon will know, there will be silence for a little bit before the similar screeching, the similar roar of the hyper voice starts rumbling rumbling underneath your feet as Rayquaza bursts through the bursts through the ground again.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Looking to as most of its body is slowly dragging itself out of the volcano. As it opens its mouth to begin to seemingly get ready to use the hyper voice again, before you see a large white hand come from out of the volcano behind it.
Reggie!
It will, with its large hand, will grab a hold of the back. Will grab a hold of the back of Rayquaza's fins, kind of put it in a bit of a chokehold, as if it's trying to restrain it. It will signal, the lights on his chest will kind of be signaling at the three Pokemon, as if letting them know that everything will be okay, as it drags a screeching Rayquaza down into, back down into the volcano. Congratulations, I'll say congratulations. That came into effect because because you agreed to Regigigas, you have successfully avoided second stage Rayquaza.
Oh, thank God.
I'll say second stage Rayquaza was going to just be regular Rayquaza, not Mega.
Yeah, well, I have no heals on these guys, so that still would have been a problem.
Oh yeah, it would have been. He wouldn't have had all his Mega buffs, but yeah, you'd still be dealing with a level 100 Rayquaza. Upside for me, it would have been a different moveset. Would have been much better, but different moveset. But you did avoid that. The volcano down here seems to be breaking apart terribly. As your Pokemon have two choices. Do they want to try to scale the side of the mountain? Scale the side of this lifted area to get to J? Or do they want to go down and help the other Pokemon who are engaged in conflict with the Masingo clones?
Given the personalities of the Pokemon in play, I imagine Squirtle would go down and Sirfetch'd and Harold would fly up.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Which case, that is what will be happening. As Jay and Race continue their epic duel, Jay gets to go first. Pull up Race's sheet.
Okay, last thing I used was Calm Mind. Alright, so... come up here. Must purge. I don't know if that's enough of a purge or not.
Right. That is enough to connect. As you as you slash into him, more of the energy. I'll say, as this darkness pours out of him and flows back into. Flows back into the flows back into this thing. As he staggers back, he's like, "Ah! Why won't you go away?"
I could say the same to the thing that's possessing you. How many times have I gotta beat you, old man?
You have he'll say, you have everything that you want, and you can't let me have this one thing.
If I had everything I wanted, we wouldn't be having this fight.
Oh, that's rich. As he takes a false swipe at you, as he swings his blade at you to try to force you to back up. But as he's doing that, he holds two fingers out with his other hand as he fires a beam out of his fingers.
Oh, it's the attack nobody can pronounce.
I believe a 9 automatic.
9. Let's see, I'm guessing special.
Yes.
My evasion then is 9, so it depends on what the AC of the attack is.
It is.
He already factored that in. No,
Yeah.
That was his hit bonus. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's factored in with his hit bonus.
So he rolled so his D20 plus 3. The plus 3 is the.
I'll say it would have been 5, but it dropped to 3.
Okay, so then if he had to roll a 9 or higher to hit, then he hit me exactly.
Okay.
Because my defense is 9 exactly.
Okay. As he hits you with
Kinesis for this.
I don't think it matters, but this beam hits you as you feel this illness pour over you. As he hits you with poison damage.
Okay.
You're not poisoned, but
yeah, it's just poison type.
Yeah. But he will step over here, place his hand on this sphere. Place his hand on the sphere.
Oh, it did no damage? It was just poison. It was just the poison status, no damage?
Yeah, no, it's not poison status. It was just poison damage.
Okay, well, there's no damage, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You're right. Sorry. Derp. Wow.
Yeah, minimum 1.
As he reaches over, touches the orb. As you see this surge of energy pour into him, as you will see his body like glitch in and out. And he will flip over and down here.
Recharge it as many times as you want. I'm still gonna knock it right back out of you.
Oh no. This thing is just going to give me as many abilities as I need in order to take you down. Your turn.
Calm down. Don't strangle the rock.
Do it. Give in. Stab the rock.
Unnecessary flip.
Don't you want to be obsessive and violent?
Suppose I could purge the rock. That might be more effective.
Let's see. Okay. 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 He's going to look at you and I'll say he's going to flip his hair. I'll say flip his hair away from one of his eyes as he will gaze at you.
Oh no, he slicked his hair back. I'm about to get whiskered.
See, this has a okay status move. Okay. I'll say no AC. He also doesn't get a bonus to hit, so it's just against your speed.
Just my speed, he has to beat a 4.
Of course. You feel. I'll say you feel this. I'll say you feel that he just tried to take something from you, and it. But your willpower was strong enough to resist it.
Could take something from him too.
All right. As you slash into him, as he recoils back. Dah! Stop it! As this thing starts, as you can tell, it starts to seemingly start rotating around like a gyroscope, slowly. All right. Turn.
Can I tell if he's starting to run out of corruption yet? Is this having any effect?
It is having an effect. Every time you hit him, it seems to have an effect on the he seems to be in pain when he does it. I'll say when you hit him, but that what you're doing to him seems to cause him damage. But the rock seems to be reacting more each time that this happens.
So I'm hurting him and pissing off the rock. Yeah.
I'll say hurting him, affecting the rock in some way, shape, or fashion. Need to kind of take a look to see. All right.
His move.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to see what he can do. Okay. Cool. He is going to run past you, flip over your head, land over here, and while he is jumping to flip over your head, he is trying to snatch something from you. As he... Okay. Okay. Are you holding anything?
The sword, obviously.
Right. Do you have an accessory slot?
That's what I'm looking. Let's see. I got the hunter clothing equipped, so that's that's clothing, which I think. And I've got the sunglasses, which I guess the sunglasses and the running shoes. I'm trying to remember what goes in what, like how the slot system in this worked. Okay. Head, hand, body, offhand, feet.
I'm guessing since it's flipped over top of you, head.
Oh, you said accessory. Accessory is a specific slot.
Oh, okay.
I have nothing in the... Well, no, technically I have the Mega Ring in the accessory slot for Harold. So if he's going for the accessory slot specifically, it's just the Mega, the Mega thingy.
Oh, okay.
If he's allowed to go for other slots, then going for my head would be the sunglasses.
I'll say allowed to targets held item or accessory slot item.
Okay, so held item would either be the sword or the Mega Band.
Okay. I say high. I'll say high. Say high sword, low Mega Band. All right. He will grab. I'll say he will grab the sword as it seems to, and once it's in his hand, it will basically just turn back into a wooden stick.
Not how I expected that to react.
He'll look at it. He was like, "This isn't that impressive." Oh well. He'll say, he was like, I guess I'll have to just bludgeon you with. I guess I'll just have to bludgeon you with this. Oh yeah, by the way, hold on a sec. Just. $25 damage as he whacks you on the head as he took it.
Is that physical, I assume?
Let me check. I believe it's physical. Physical, yes.
Actually did some real damage. I took a whole 10 damage.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with evil gas. Finally, a threat. Your turn.
Well, if he's resorting to physical now, I suppose I should do something to prep for that. Horse speed, yeah. Get my blur on.
Okay. You're just activating it?
Yeah, I'm using agility, which obviously is an action.
Yeah. Runs over to you, attempting to swing at you with a sword since you know you don't have one anymore. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I'm pretty
That's
sure
a
that
miss.
misses. Right. As he swings at you with your increased agility. I'll say I guess that firmly puts you in no real need to change the initiative order since you were already
Yeah, faster than him, yeah.
I'll say yeah, you were both already at 15 according to the turn order, so none really to change.
Yeah, that's I can put it for accuracy's sake, but yeah, it doesn't really change anything.
Okay.
All right. Let him tire himself out for a minute, so I guess I'll just get my Zen on some more with some more calm mind. Don't worry, it took me a lot of time to figure out how to get to turn on too.
Why is everything a joke to you?
That wasn't a joke, that was an honest statement of fact. Joke would be the fact that with all this power, you resorted to trying to beat me with a stick.
Yeah, he's gonna say, "You're right." Um, he's going to point at the lava. He's going to point at the lava next to you, and he's going to make a gesture with his hand as if he is swiping towards you. As the lava attempts to try to coil around you. I believe is a miss.
Fire spin is what's
Special.
okay, if it's special then that's a miss, yeah.
I believe it's special. Let me make sure.
I wasn't sure if that was special or just speed.
Let me check.
Special it misses. If it's speed, then it just hit. Yeah.
Yeah, special.
Okay. Then he missed.
Alright. Cool. As this vortex of magma attempts to encase you, you're able to maneuver out of the way. Your turn.
Get some more agility on. Apparently I need the speeds, I need the speed evasion since he's trying to be clever. All right, now we're using the terrain. There we go. Now you're thinking. Always happy to be an inspiration.
He's going to look at you and say, well then, you will see his eyes glow as he starts to mimic the movements for your agility.
Okay, that's different.
As you see his speed increase as well. Your turn.
Guess I'll finish off Calm Mind since I got a second. Maximum buff.
Right. His eye will glow again as he uses Calm Mind as well. Which seems to be like the opposite effect, where he seems to be getting angry and achieving the same thing.
Well then, okay. If we're doing Mankey See, Monkey Do now? What do I roll to get my sword back?
That's a good question. I believe it's like probably, I would assume like the same for like grapple.
Grapple. You and the target each make a opposed combat or athletics. Okay, now I'm gonna do it with my telekinesis, which I imagine would change it to intuition. Oh, disarm. They have the disarm maneuver. Disarm. You and your opponent each make opposed combat or stealth checks. If you win, the held item falls to the ground. Okay. So I can use telekinetic and do it with my intuition. And he can roll stealth or combat.
Okay. Go with combat.
I'm going to spend an AP to increase that to a 25.
All right. Jesus fucking Christ. That's a lot of fucking one. Okay. You're able to wrestle the blade back from him.
And I'll use the telekinetic movement to bring the weapon back to my hand. That should be my turn.
Okay. see. Nope, not gonna do that. Okay. Okay. He is going to roll as you see his eyes start like moving around very quickly in his head. Okay, then that no, I know an 18 definitely makes the I'll say makes the status for quota.
Nope, totally misses. What are you talking about?
All right. His eyes seem to be like following your movements. As you can tell that despite your increased agility, similar to that scene where Superman was following the Flash, you kind of running into that where he seems able to follow your movements. And seems to be preparing something to go along with that. Your turn.
Range, so boop.
All right. That will connect. As he's trying to focus through the pain to make sure that he can do what he's going to do. Let's see. He is going to uh hmm. He does have these. Let's go with these. He is going to take the blade, swing it downwards. As you can see that this blade is carving through, I'm gonna say seems to be carving through the air around you, ripping into space as it carves into you. He seems to have seems to have followed your movements perfectly and has struck you with this attack.
He cannot miss.
Yeah, he used lock on. I'll say it's basically spend your turn. If lock on connects, then your next attack doesn't miss. This is a special attack. Let's see. I don't think it's going to do that much damage to you. But you're a trainer, you should have a decent amount. As he uses a dragon attack known as Spatial Rend. Oh wait, so hold on. I still have to roll for it, I forgot. So I gotta roll to see if it's a critical. Nope. It only crits on even number rolls.
Minimum 1.
Jesus fuck. Okay. You'll see the look on his face of confusion. He's gonna look at the rock, and he's gonna be like, "You told me you give me the power to beat him. You told me I could be better than him. And nothing I'm doing is working."
Well, considering the rock hasn't been able to beat me, I doubt it could give you the power to do so. Not that anybody really should be trying to beat anyone here.
Alright, your turn.
Finish this off. That's another agility, and that's my turn.
Okay. He will see him. I'll say. You'll see him looking at the orb as it starts pulsing. He'll be staring at it. He looks a little disturbed, and he you can tell he seems to have like a bit of a conflict. Some part of him actually seems to be visible, probably due to the amount of corruption that you've taken from him, but the rock seems to be calling to him still. But whatever it is that it's asking him to do, he seems conflicted about it as he looks at you, looks back at it. With a bit less rage and resentment. He is going to jump back up here and run over to this thing.
Don't do it.
And he's slowly, he's like trying to raise his hand to it, but he's fighting against it. A tendril will come out of the rock and grab a hold of his hand and will seemingly infuse him with something. He looks exhausted. He looks a bit exhausted and almost as if he took some damage from that. He'll look back to you. We're going to be done with this. As he comes over to the edge.
Don't do it, man. I got the low ground.
Actually, he doesn't need to be right there. He can stay right here. He is going to I'll say you will hear a he will open his mouth as his eyes kind of glitch over as this as this pulse, I'll say as this rhythmic pulsing noise emits from him that seems to spread across the entire mountains, the entire cliff face that you're on. You will feel that, I'll say, you will feel this impending doom kind of clinging to you, but you also can sense through your aura that same impending doom clinging to your brother as well. You can make a Pokemon education roll if you like.
It sounds like a Destiny Bond type effect, but yeah, let's make a roll.
Your brother has used access to Parish Song. So your brothers use access to Parish Song. You receive a parish count of 3. At the beginning of each of the target's turn, the parish count is lowered by 1. Once a parish count reaches 0, your hit points automatically set to 0. I'll say the parish count disappears. I'll say the parish count disappears if the original target is knocked out. Or if you take a breather. You can either take a breather or so you can either take a breather or knock out the person who caused it. Your brother does look in fairly rough shape though. It is your turn.
All right.
Okay. Surprisingly, he is able to parry that. Despite how haggard he currently looks, his left arm appears to be limp. He is basically fighting with like bended knees and head half drooped, and I'll say almost seems as if his body is fighting on autopilot.
Right.
You couldn't let it go. You couldn't just leave me.
Nope. Gone through way too much crap and come way too far to just leave you.
Well, let's see how you feel. Let's see how you feel about this. When you can, I'll say, let's see how you feel about this when you can feel what I feel. Status.
Don't know what the AC of his move is, but my status evasion is currently 7.
AC is 0.
Okay.
There's no. The user and the target both lose half of their current hit points. Add the amount of hit points the user and the target lost together and divide the value by 2.
Okay, so I lost 32.
All right. He lost 7.
Wow, he has no hit points.
every time he goes to the every time he goes to Masingno for like powers, he takes part of his health as payment. Let's see. Divide the value by 2.
So 39 divided by 2, 20.
Okay, so both the target and the user gain hit points equal to this value. So you lost 7, gained 20.
Not a bad trade overall.
This will help even the playing field. Since you've gotten so strong, brother, you won't mind giving me some of your power.
No, all you had to do was ask, man. Should make it my turn again?
Yes. Okay, that hits. I'll say he will scream in pain as you will see this explosion of the best way that you can put it, mathematical equation and improbabilities. It looks as if like like a physical manifestation of a blue screen just like explodes out of him as all of these mathematical improbabilities basically flow out of him back into the sphere, and your brother collapses onto the ground, onto his hands and knees. The sword that he had in his hand disappears as he is breathing heavily. The sphere seems to be spinning around rather violently.
It should leave me 1 turn left on the Parish Song.
Yes.
I will. No, if I can't grab him because it's a full action to take a breather.
He must say he's gonna kind of look up at you. He's like, Jay,
Hey, welcome back.
what's going on?
Evil Rock, we need to move.
He's gonna be like, I think I remember everything.
Oh, good, then I don't have to brief you.
He's gonna say, I know what's about to happen. You have to he's like, I can feel it, and I know you can too. He's gonna tell you, he was like, please just he was like, I know that you can handle this, but before this thing activates and we both go down, you know what you he's gonna say, you know what you have to do. He's effectively asking you to knock him unconscious so that the Parish Song goes out.
I thought I had to be the one to go unconscious to make the song go away.
No. The user does.
Ah.
Either you need to take a breather or knock out the person who started it.
All right. Yeah, that's not happening. Telekinetic as a free action to yoink him, and then full
Wait,
action,
what?
take a breather.
Where are you yoinking him?
Down with me, because I have to move my full movement away from the threat.
Oh.
Part of taking a breather is you have to move away from the thing that...
Okay. All right. You do that.
And then full action, take a breather.
Okay. He's looking at you. He can't do anything on his turn because he is suffering from the same thing as Hyper Beam. So at the end of his turn, you will see a burst of light kind of come from him, and then with a gasp he will collapse to the ground. He would have taken a breather, but exhaust basically kind of nullifies your turn.
That's fine.
Which case,
look up at the damn rock.
it will. I must say, you can feel its presence looking at you. All of this, and you still persist.
Yeah, I'm obnoxious that way.
So it appears. If you truly think that this will ever be over, you must think again. At this point, you will see Sirfetch'd and Herald painfully climbing up the side of the mountain behind you.
Oh, well, reinforcements.
As you look at them, Harold's gonna kind of like glare at you, look at his body, look back at you. I'm about to say, Sirfetch is gonna be like, reinforce what? Harold, I'm about to say, Sirfetch is going to see, will see, Race on the ground next to you. You'll see a look of scorn and irritability on his face.
Not his fault. He was possessed.
You think that makes it better?
I think if you're going to blame someone, blame the appropriate target, is what I'm saying. You know, nods towards the giant rock.
He's going to say he was kind of a jerk before the giant rock, but he did get worse.
Well, he wanted, you know, a little payback, you know, so I'm just saying, you know, payback on the right target. Okay, now, I am tripped, so I can, you know, because I took the breather, so I can't move. But I can use a revival herb to get Raish back up.
Alright. I'll say the orb will, I'll say the rock will stop spinning as you will kind of feel a dull pulse coming from it, as you can feel I'll say almost the equivalent of all Pokemon, yet no Pokemon coming from it. If I'll say if I can have no means by which to exert my will, then then I will at least take you and your family. This this was my will to bring glorious chaos to the peace and stability of this planet, to bring randomness and probability in a world that humans have attempted to domesticate. Chaos and the unknown should be what thrives. And if that is not something that can be granted, then so be it. The one known as Jay, the Ranger. I will wipe you from this world that you have denied me. You will see this thing start pulsating. I'll say you will see this thing start pulsating as it descends, as it starts descending into the lava here. Pokemon education.
Probably a good idea to roll that, considering my thought had been put him in the lava. Clearly that's a bad idea.
It is about to use explosion. But based on the amount of energy that is putting out, you are expecting that, Mase, you are able to survival as well. It is it is attempting to do the equivalent of nuke in a volcano. In the hopes that it takes all of you out. You are fairly certain that this explosion is going to take out this entity as well, and it doesn't seem to care as long as you go with it.
So what I'm hearing is don't let it blow up inside the volcano.
It is, Mase, you have two options. Try to figure out a way to drag it out of the lava, or try to, get your Pokemon, try to outrun the explosion.
Oh, given everybody else in the volcano would get blowed up if I tried to outrun the explosion.
You are effectively dealing with like a Lord of the Rings Mount Doom type thing, where it is possible, it is possible to escape. It is possible for you to escape. It's possible for you to do a cinematic run and, flee from the explosion type thing. Or you can, if you have some sort of plan that you believe can deal with this entity within, if you are going to engage in conflict with it to try to stop it, you basically have 3 turns to try to get it away. But you are able to determine that the explosion range on this thing is roughly going to be about 50 meters.
All right.
So I must say, if you have a plan for to try to stop this thing, you're welcome to.
Well, I definitely have a plan.
Okay.
Surf fetched, get race, clear.
Begrudgingly will grab a hold of him.
Harold, you probably should go with, just because I'm not sure if I can cover for both of us.
Harold's gonna look at you, and he's gonna look at you. He's gonna look at your sword, look at his, and he's gonna stand with you. We didn't come this. He was like, we didn't come this far just for you to do something stupid. At least not do something stupid without me.
All right, I'm just saying. I'm not sure if I can protect both of us.
I'll say, Harold's gonna smile and say, he was like, what are you talking about? I've been protecting you this entire time. You haven't protected me once.
Well, that might be about to change, so just heads up.
Surfetch is gonna look back at you, as he's descending the mountain, and he's gonna make a bit of a face, and it was like, take care, boss.
Will do.
Harold is going up with you. Your insolence knows no bounds.
I can get that a little higher. Okay. I need to get up one more.
So he's like, your insolence knows no bounds.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Okay.
Move up to range, and as I end my movement...
Okay.
Lift his ass out of the lava.
Okay. Okay. Technically this thing does have stats. Could you AC no check? So it just happens? Fun.
It just happens.
Okay. Well then, okay. Okay then.
I will triple check that, but yeah, I believe it just goes off.
Okay. Well then, alright. That seems okay.
I agree.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm like I say, if you got a good idea.
It has an AC of 0, but so I don't know if I just roll a d20 or what.
That's why I was like, is it AC 0, AC no check? That's what
AC none. It says AC none.
You know what? Whatever. We'll work with it and we'll figure it out later. Okay. You have lifted it. It seems to be fighting against your telekinesis. With its own. So it's a bit of a struggle for you to maintain this.
All right. Well, he takes a tick of hit points from getting force crunched.
Oh, okay.
Because when I lift his ass, they take a tick.
Okay.
I can't remember. Is explosion special or physical?
1 second. Explosion is physical. I'll say it is physical, but something seems off about this one.
All right, well, I wasn't sure if the light screen would come into play. We'll find out. Step 2. Put the telekinetic ball in a box. I have exactly 6 segments, so I can make a d6 around him.
Okay.
That's round 2.
Okay.
And you said we had 3 rounds?
Yes. As you make these barriers, you are only delaying the inevitable.
Takes another tick.
Okay.
And round 3, we double layer the barrier.
Okay.
He's not in the lava, and he's double boxed. Harold, need you, behind my back at least, so that I can, so you don't take the full blunt of whatever's this about to happen.
Okay. Each second, 28 points. Okay. Cool. Okay. This thing, I'll say the sphere starts rotating, and I'll say the sphere starts rotating, crazy. It gets ready to explode. So you just sitting back, hoping for the best.
I got him double locked. I'm gonna try to get some cover from the terrain if I can.
Okay.
Find a nice crevice to dive into.
Okay.
Shield Harold with my body.
Okay.
Hope Victini is with us.
All right. All right. Do we still? I'll say, considering what you're doing, I wasn't expecting this. Lattice, are you nearby? Mouse, are you here? Or, are you still listening?
Yeah. Still listening.
Okay. I'm gonna say, considering where you are, having, I'm gonna say, by the time this is going on, you would, you would be, I'll say, considering what's going on, you would actually be you would be back in survival. You would be back in survival town.
Okay.
I'm gonna say at the entrance of where the old man let you go into that pathway basement that led you
Yeah.
you would be in the town. As you can see from where you are, the Stark Mountain seems to be more active than normal.
Okay. Are we talking like starting to see lava flows kind of active, or just rumbling?
It's rumbling. I'm gonna say it is rumbling, and it is rumbling immensely.
Okay. How does everyone? Oh, again, not everybody really see everyone. How's the old guy and I guess any other people around reacting?
They seem to. I'll say they seem to be very. They seem to be very concerned. Because they've never seen this before.
Okay.
You. I'm gonna say it seems as if less the volcano's about to erupt and more like you can. I'm gonna say it's like the mountain's about to something's about to explode. They're going to tell people about say the old man does look a little concerned. He's going to blare the alarm.
I am gonna want to see if there's anyone that has like a particularly powerful fire Pokemon, with the idea of if there is like going to be some lava stuff, if the if fire type Pokemon can like help mitigate potential lava damage. Like
Okay.
I know like some, if I remember correctly, tend to maybe some earth actually. I'm trying to remember if there's any if fire Pokemon like in general can like manipulate heat to some extent.
Let's say, I might say you can assist the I might say you can assist the town with their volcano protocols.
Okay.
Um, as you notice, as you are helping the town get ready, Jay, I'll say Jay and Harold, getting themselves ready for this situation that's about to happen. So getting themselves ready for this situation that's about to happen. I'll say anything you are saying to Harold.
It's all right, little buddy. I got this. Trust me.
I'll say Harold's gonna look. He was like, 2 layers. Yeah, that should be good enough.
Yep.
You'll kind of hear with like some sarcasm behind his voice. All right. Let's see.
You forget we've got dumb luck.
That you do. I must say Harold was like, yeah, it doesn't get much dumber than us.
Damn straight.
Let's see. All right. All right. As as this um as this explosion goes off, Jay and Harold are engulfed in a blinding light from this explosion as the barriers shatter. Let's see. As the barriers shatter, the camera pans back to where Lattice is in town as he is helping with the thing. The clouds part. The clouds part above the volcano as this almost atomic explosion goes off over the mountain.
It is atomic. Holy shit.
This wave of this aftershock will wash over the area. Wash over there. You can see it coming in, so you can brace yourself against the building as some of the other people are just kind of like knocked over or like staggered from it as the trees kind of rock. It blows out some of the glass windows. Jay, who are you using that on?
Jay is using that on himself because Harold has the jumpstart bracelet, which, effectively does the same thing.
Okay. Cool. All right. I'll say in which case you guys are blasted. I'll say you guys are blasted back from the impact. Primarily primarily from the spire that you were on. As you feel, you were able to tank. You were able to tank the explosion as you both are effectively. It feels as if you are hurtling through the air. The light being as blinding as it is, you seem to be caught in a mixture of blinding light, smoke, and volcanic debris that is just you can tell that you're in the air, but unless you have something that can help you with orientation, you're not certain how high you up or in which direction you went flying. But you are currently hurtling through this. You are currently hurtling through the sky, at extreme velocity. Harold is latched onto your leg. Actually, yeah, Harold is latched onto your leg. As you are flying through the air, you have a very safe sense, very good feeling that your Pokemon having been led by the latest newcomer, Sirfetch'd, was able to rally your remaining Pokemon and lead them safely away from where everything was going. It must things must have been the pathway back must have been a bit easier because your connection to your Pokemon makes you realize that they didn't seem to run into any of the troubles that you guys ran through as you were traversing the volcano, probably because those Pokemon sensed what was coming and fled themselves. You're not sure where they went, but you do feel a sense of potential calm and ease.
Right. Well, start by calling out for Victini so she can help us slow down before we hit the pavement.
You are calling for Victini.
I would also like to use my levitate capability to try and slow down.
Victini the best way you can put it, Victini seems otherwise preoccupied. It's as if Victini is currently in the midst of doing something. You feel like it's in your best benefit. You feel like it's doing something for your benefit, but you're kind of getting this. Wish you'd hurry up with that benefit.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm always interested in your shit until you actually need me. Then no, fuck you. Okay.
It is on its way. It's doing something. It's a coming.
That's fine. I still have the levitation capability, so I can try to slow myself down.
As you are making your way through,
possibly a new scene, so my barriers might have reset, so I can use them too, to make an impact ball.
you will, I'm gonna say, you will hear something. I'm gonna say, you will hear something screech through the. I'll say through the. You will hear something screeching. Um, Something that sounds like a bird screeching through the through the through the dust and debris, and you can see this rather large silhouette.
The Eagles.
And something, I'm about saying something, someone riding it. As you will, I'm about to say, as you will feel as you can see it growing larger and larger as it gets near you, swooping through the darkness, as you will feel these large talons grab a hold of your body and snatch you out of midair. Um, you will, I'm gonna say, as you, I'm gonna say, you are still within the smoke. I'm gonna say you are still within the smoke, but you can see a vaguely, I'm gonna say, a vaguely familiar thing beneath you because of how gorgeous it is and how much it shines. You can see it, but I'm gonna say you can see it through the smoke. You will hear a voice tell you. You will hear a voice from whoever is riding on this creature that's carrying you. All right, this is where you get off. Best of luck, Ranger.
God damn it!
He is going. I'll say it's going to let you go. These, I'll say, as you hear as it lets you go, you'll hear "Picho!" as it goes as it like screeches off back into the fog. You are falling. I'm about to say you and Harold are in free fall towards the tree that you planted.
Again, use levitate to try and slow our descent some, so that's a survivable one. And I guess that would be
Okay.
what, athletics or acrobatics to grab the tree.
You guys are. I'm about to say you guys are able to slow your descent, slow it enough to where you just kind of comedically tumble through the tree branches and land at the base of the tree with a handful of pieces of fruit landing on the ground next to you.
Told you we had it.
Harold's gonna look at you and spit out some colorful leaves. Harold's gonna be like, "Yeah, you're right. Stupid."
Yep. You had a revive item, and I knew we had the protection of dumb luck, so...
As you say that, Vicini's going to show up and say, "Who you calling dumb?"
Is Vicini the one the Divine Blessing trait came from? Okay.
I'll say, he was like, "Who you calling dumb?"
Not you. You're the patron, whatever of victory, not luck, last I checked.
Yeah, I'll say victory, I'll say victory, luck,
Not luck and probability with somebody else.
Yeah, we all work together. I'll say, what do you think? What do you think? We just pull victory straight out of our butts?
I mean, yeah.
Well,
or steal it away from other people's butts, depending on the situation.
I'll say victory is a combination of talent. I'll say it's a combination of talent, probability, luck, time, space, friendship.
And, not having the universe conspire against you by putting a guy who has 15 pseudo legendaries in his team.
That too. Does it really count? I must say, does it really count as conspiracy if you still win?
Well, the example I'm thinking of, he didn't win, so...
Well, that was him. This is you. Sienna's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Jay!" She's gonna look back at the bounty. He's like, "Wait, were you up there?"
I was up there, now I'm down here.
She's gonna look back at you. Yeah, I think I did the right thing by not following you.
Yeah, probably. Two of us was hard enough. Three, I don't know if I could have done three.
Victini's gonna smile. We'll hear her tell you, "Well, my work." It was like, "Well, my work here is done. Tell me next." I'll say, It was like, "Next time you want to do something, heroically stupid, make sure you let me know." Beep.
Yeah, I'll make sure to plan it out in advance just for you.
Sienna's gonna say, it was like, she was like, "I was a little worried because I saw," she was like, "I saw all of your Pokemon making their way up the side of the mountain over there, and I saw someone. I'll say I saw that they had someone, but I didn't recognize it as you. Yeah, I couldn't fully make them out from here, but then I'll say unless you had a platinum blonde change."
Hopefully that was Raish.
Wait, you brought him back?
Yeah?
Why?
He was no longer possessed by the evil rock?
Didn't he try to kill you?
Because he was possessed by the evil rock.
Your family's weird.
Very. I'm hoping we can work on that now.
I'll say, and with that, with Jay, I'll say, Harold laying next to you in the, in the pile of tree branches and fallen leaves, as Harold apparently seems to be taking a well-deserved, basically nap, as Harold just falls over from exhaustion, and Jay, having stopped the threat of having seemingly stopped the threat of this entity, what lies next for this young man after having saved his brother from this entity's hold? And what future lies ahead for our intrepid listed ranger / ranger in training? The first ever ranger to be given a job, yet still has to go through the academy. We will find out next time in Pokemon Destiny. I did not think that you were actually going to survive that.
Well, if I didn't have Divine Blessing, I wouldn't have. Even with the 70 point damage sponge of the barrier box, yeah, that, if I didn't have Divine Blessing, I would have been fucked, which is why I was like, Harold, please don't stay, I can't block for both of us.
Well, that's the problem. You have too high of a friendship bond. He wouldn't have never left you.
Yeah, I know. I could have balled him, I suppose.
What, throw him somewhere?
No, but if he's in the ball, I could have been easier to protect him.
Even then, he probably would have tried to resist it.
That's like, because then he's an object and he's protected, by the Divine Blessing.
Yeah, I'll say he 100% probably would have tried to resist going in the ball via like Pikachu style.
Yeah. No, either way, we got it to work out, so we're good.
See, everything worked out. Harold
Yay,
just
revival band.
I'll say Harold just blacked out, woke up. You're flying through the midair. Okay. Well, that panned out.
Means next time, the Pokemon League.
I'll say, yep, next time Pokemon League and Jay, I'll say, possibly Jay and Race trying to figure out how they move forward here. Even though he's not possessed, there was resentment there that led to this.
Who was? So, in theory, the actions he took, where he threw me off the mountain and shit, were in theory influenced by Missingo or whatever. So,
oh yeah, heavily influenced by it, but there's still the resentment that led to him even going to try to gain power the quick way just so that he could do this.
Well, I'm not sure how much I can do about that, considering the character that caused that resentment is now in permanent mark mode, seemingly. Yeah, we will try to figure that out, I suppose.
Okay. Other than that, we do have, I must say, you are right, we do have the league coming up. I assume that Lattice, I assume that the Pokemon that you have will be your team, or did you want to search for something else?
I think I'll use the Pokemon I currently have. I may organize a new a new full team out of the ones I have.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be no joke.
Okay. All the stuff that you got, did they help you, by the way?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I used everything, yeah.
Okay. And for Lattice, all the skills that you ended up getting last time, did they assist you?
I'll need to go over them again, but most certainly I know they will. I will be ready for the league.
Okay. Huh, you didn't evolve Prinplup?
Not yet. Again, I'm gonna still need to go through things. While I was working, I was working on some other things. Since you mentioned, I really wouldn't be in the session.
Okay. Oh yeah, no problem. I was looking at like the levels that your Pokemon are at, and I was like, are you gonna evolve them before because I know I'm pretty sure you didn't take the things that Tristan took that I'm about to say, because they're kind of in that middle ground where they're not underdogs, but they're not maxed out. I'd say, but they're not evolved either.
Right.
I'll say, I believe Staravia, Prinplup, and I think Torkoal evolves. Nope, never mind. Torkoal doesn't evolve. All right. Staravia evolves. Prinplup evolves. Sharkpedo is already maxed. Torkoal is a one-stager. Steelix is evolved. Scizor is evolved. Alma is evolved. And I think Yeah, Weavile's already evolved. Okay. Yeah, all your Pokemon are basically full evolution with the exception of 2. Okay. All right, cool. So we will be, must say next week, must say next time, we will be starting the league. Must say we'll be starting the league as Lattice enters the round of 64.
Okay. Man, I mean, I know this is going to be tough, but it can't be the same kind of tough that Red was.
I'll say Red was trained. I'll say Red was fighting you with overpowered Pokemon while he was an overpowered trainer. And so yeah. I'll say the whole idea behind Red is like, yeah, this is an insurmountable. I was like, this is an insurmountable thing for you to go up against. Hence the reason why I was like that he made every match a stipulation.
Yeah.
It was like something that you could, something I'll say, basically tried to give you the Orange Island treatment.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Well, that must say. Tristan, how do you feel that went?
I think it went pretty good.
I apologize. I was hoping the fight with your brother would have went better, but apparently he misses every fucking thing.
I mean, that's just the dice. You have no control over that. I was having the same problem. We saw what was happening with poor Squirtle.
Yeah. I mean, at least it kind of panned out. I must say, Squirtle found his niche. Tail whipped to death.
Yep.
I'll say you had a nice little combination going on there. Like lower defense, lower defense, lower defense, lower for defense until someone can finally take him down. All right. Outside of that, then. All right. Okay, so it's. All right. We're gonna see if we're gonna see if Lattice can get through 6 rounds. Get through 6 rounds of the tournament.
I'm looking forward to it.